All right, let's watch this.
Guys, stay giga-shit and stay noted. Today, I'm gonna talk about a short video about the summary of the 5th anniversary related Gold River stream today that happened. So the first thing that they talk about is the balance patch frequency. They are aware of the fact that they messed up the balance patch. Like, there were a lot of people who were unsatisfied with it. There were like still some classes that weren't touched. And, at the same time, like some other classes got they are power crit a lot. So on and so forth. So because of the poor balance patch, people has been raising a lot. And Gold River and the 3 people, they said that they are sorry. Of course, they said they're sorry, and they will try to solve.
What classes people are upset about? Let me think. Like Sork. What else? Gunslinger. Okay. Summoner. I don't know, man. Part of me just wants to like. Oh, it's like a really hot take, but I really believe, honestly, man, that Lost Ark has such a like. I just think people are it's the game's fault. Because people are so invested in their main characters, and it's so hard to raise a main character that they get. I've never seen a community like in general in a game like gets so like upset about balance patches, and I think it has to do because it's so hard to raise your character and you can't change. Because, like, dude, every MMO I've played, bro, like, some balance patches are L's. Sometimes classes get forgotten. Some expansions, your class doesn't even fucking change. You don't like the change. It fucking sucks. And because that happens all the time. Like, I don't even like them. Like, them apologizing is, like, what does that even do? It's just, like, it just sounds so... It happens. Like, it's part of the game. You're not going to always hit everything, right? Like, you're not going to do it right by everybody. But... I think they should focus more on making it a little bit easier to swap rather than worrying about trying to perfectly balance everything. I think they should work on trying to make it easier so you can transition to a different character if you want, because you're never going to get the right balance patch, but it would be a better solution, I think, to give people an opportunity to change off their class, because I don't think it's literally possible for them to have a good balance pass every single time. I think you're always going to feel like you're unhappy with the change or whatever, right? I think every game, right? Like, how many of you guys have played a game? It's not even an MMO. You could say like Riot, like League, where they've ruined your favorite champ or they've changed it the way that you don't like it. You know what I'm talking about? Like any game, like it happens all the time, right? Like a champ, like MMO. How many times has that ever happened to you guys? Something that you liked, the devs did a balance pass, something they changed it, and then it's not what you liked anymore. Happens all the time, right? So it's like, in those games, you can just change. You know what I mean? Like, you can just fucking just swap. But in Lost Ark, you can't. And so I just wish that they would spend more of their time letting people like transition to something else rather than sitting here and apologizing because they didn't do a good balance patch. For who? Like, for a few people, of course, and then some classes it's good, some classes it's not, you know? And then because it's so much time, effort, or money invested in these characters, people are very, very sensitive about it, right? Like, when a balance pass comes in Lost Ark, everyone's fucking sweating their balls off, you know? And it's like, fuck, dude. If you apologize after every change, yeah, I don't think they should be apologizing. I think it's just weird. Yeah, maybe it is. I have heard that. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have heard that is a cultural thing. I thought that was in Japan. I could be completely fucking wrong. Maybe I have no idea. But maybe it's an Eastern thing. I have no idea. I don't want to act like I do. But I have heard that before. That's why they apologize a lot.
This, poor balance problem.
Thank you, man.
By increasing the frequency of the balance patch. So right now,
we get it every 5 months. 5 months, increasing the frequency.
The patch happens every 4 to 5 months. And they're saying is that they will try to make it, I don't know, because they never talked about how many months it's going to take, but they said they're going to fasten it. So maybe like every 3 or maybe 2. If it's even earlier, like, yeah, kinda. And
I heard that Saint or somebody else saying they said they're going to do more emergency patches. I don't know which is the right translation. In any case, yeah, I don't know. I think that that's a good idea, right? If your class doesn't get, like, for example, just giving people more damage, you want to buff like summoner's damage by a little bit, sure. But yeah, I think the ultimate problem in the game is it's too hard to swap off your characters. Now, not a lot of people would swap, but I don't know what the solution is there. I think it's too hard to swap.
Also, like, a lot of Koreans ask for a class change ticket because these
Yeah.
developers are so bad on balance the game that like it's natural to feel that if your class feels like bad right now on a bad spot, then it's natural to feel that you want to play something else. But is Lost Ark a game that is easy to swap the main? The answer is obviously no. It's really hard. So that's what people got very tilted about it. A lot of people in the Korea community, so they were asking for a class change ticket. And Gold River is, of course, definitely aware of this as well, that they are requesting this. And he said, "I'm sorry that we messed up the balance patch. We are sincerely sorry about it, but the answer to the clashing ticket is no. Never this game will have that kind of stuff here, because that will rather kill the game."
No. It will make them make less money. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. It'll make them make less money. That's not true. Which will kill the game. No, man. People spend lots of money raising characters all the time. There's a way to do it. It's fucking stupid. You saying it's gonna kill the. I mean, maybe in their mind, but that's some dog shit, bro. So dog shit. They're goblinos, man. That's a goblino thing. They should make it easier to swap off, make it easier to hone. Fine. Then make it easier to hone, make it easier to progress. One of the other. The point of the issue, guys, is that it's too steep to swap off, right? If you're going to keep this never-ending tier and you're never going to reset the game and you're never going to do these things, then it's fucked, dude. I mean, a lot of Korean MMOs literally have this problem. The only one that doesn't do it like this is fucking BDO. And BDO used to like sell that shit, but I don't know. I just think that it's not. I think they should keep pushing for it, bro. Just like they said they were not going to reduce the daily homework. You should just literally keep pushing for it, because the money talks, right? They should keep pushing for it, because now they're asking for it, because it's the truth. The balancing in the game, literally, by the way, I played a lot of games like that. Like MMOs are not. It's not that bad. It's not that fucking bad. How many classes are non-existent? I mean, for how many sources of power in Lost Ark, what classes are non-existent? Is there a class that's fucking Dej? Is Summoner actually Dej though? I don't know. But that's the whole point, right? Final Fantasy 14, I don't think that's the case, but there also aren't that many sources of power. Like there aren't like fucking builds and things like that. You just have your skills, and that's what it is. Lost Ark has fucking engravings, cards, stats. Like different stat builds too, right? Gems, tripods. Now they have that fucking elixirs. Now they have there's so many layers of things that are stacked on top of each other that affects balancing, that like for example, crit damage elixirs for crit classes that can stack crit, right? Like those are just things that usually it will make it harder to balance. And as they keep adding more, it's going to get worse. Also, gear sets is another one. It's too much. That usually affects balance a lot. That's what happened in WoW 2. At one point, there were so many sources of power that the game was just awful to balance, because there were so many other things like that made people really strong, like corruption, Azurite armor, covenants, all of those things. When you added them onto the game, it made it way worse to balance, because there was just so many different things that made different classes OP. When your class is just butt naked, it's not that hard to balance. People listen to streamers share their. Okay, guys, stop saying they listen to streamers. That was relevant when the game actually had streamers. There's like me and 3 other fucking people. Like, who we talking? What streamers are we talking about? Like me, Saint, and Zeals. Like, there's not that. Like, who you guys act like there's a bunch of people like spreading out like a bunch of fucking info about who we talking about. That's not true. People always meta chase, bro. In every game, people always worry about what they pick. Why? Because they want to play something that's fucking like strong. Of course they do, man. It's normal. It's so normal to it's so normal to want to play something that's not dog shit. It's so normal to want to play something that's good. It's a group-based game. It's a party-based game. It's a party-based game. It's a game where you are getting invited by other people often. And so you want to look good. You're going on a nice little date, you're all suited up. You want to show up on the date. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame people for wanting to at least play something that's not. So I get it. Like this is actually a really important thing, I feel like. I don't like that though. I wish they would. I really, 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 really. All right, let's keep going.
Is what he said. And, I can also like kind of expect what's going to happen, because Like all the people will swap the like a lot of people will swap the main to overpowered classes for that patch, and there's gonna be imbalance of the classes, and it's gonna make it hard to depart the raid and stuff, right? Like all the synergy problems as well.
I don't know what the solution is. That does make sense. I don't really know what you would do. Maybe just make it easier to raise other things. I don't know. That is kind of true. It is true. I mean, if I could just swap to anything, I just think maybe make it easier. That's the problem, right? Does anybody? Okay, I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I bet you the answer is not as hard. I could be wrong. Let's find out. Does anyone feel stuck with their main? They're unhappy. They wish they could change it. Anyone in chat? How many ones? One if you feel unhappy. Two if you feel happy. One if you're happy. What did I say? One if you're unhappy. Two if you're happy. One if you're happy. One if you're fucking unhappy. Two if you're happy.
Thank God.
Yeah. One if you're unhappy. Two if you're happy. For those of you that wrote the one, what classes do you play? What's the class that you play? Blades, Sorks, Shadowhunters. To be honest, all the ones that you guys are typing, I can kind of understand that like it's changed a little bit, right? The game's changed since the launch, right? If I feel like if you do play Blade, Sork, Shadow, like all of those classes and stuff. Well, Shadowhunter's not too bad, but if you play some of those are like launch classes. Remember, like launch. Those were really, all those classes were really, really crazy at launch. Even Summoner when it came out was really good. No, nothing's wrong. I'm saying that Arlong, okay, motherfucker. What did you do do you add spaces to spam that thing over and over again? No, nothing's wrong with it, but it was really, really popular at launch. You don't see it as much. People who don't like the Striker just don't have any hands. I don't really know what's going on with Striker. I haven't played it in a long time. I just remember getting a little boring playing Deathblow, but I think now Esoteric's a lot more fun. I don't know.
All right, number 2 is the support shortage. They talk about the support shortage because support shortage is happening like a lot more than usual after Feymine came out in Korea. And TLDR, they were like, they are already like touching the problem, what makes the supporter boring. And what one of the, team leader on the right side, he said that they are working on the visual improvement. So basically what he said in detail is that right now, supporters have no idea if they're doing good or bad during the raid. Not after the raid ends from the MVP screen, seeing the Radiant support, not like those kind of stuff. During the raid, you can't feel anything if you're doing good or not. So to make supporters feel that you're doing good during the raid, they're trying to add something called something that can be shown to the supporter players visually. Like I don't know how it's gonna work, but that's what he said. Third one is the Awakening Shard. So
I think the first two are linked, to be honest. I think the first two issues are linked. I think it's too hard to raise characters, and it's like, okay, you get like one big juicer, right? You get one big juicer to push. To ask somebody to raise a support with that big juicer, right? Like as that character, that's a lot. Unless they genuinely really want to play that. And I would say that's a lesser archetype, like a lesser exciting archetype for the average person. Now, granted, yes, I do think if they made it a little bit, it does feel, when I played Artist for like the whole fucking 2 days, and when I played Paladin 2 before, I was like, this is so boring. It feels like I'm doing nothing. Now, granted, there is a difference when you're on the other side and you're playing with a really good support. You're like, yo, this guy's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like if you play with a really good support, like, yo, this guy's fucking insane, But the person that's playing it, especially if they don't know, like, yo, I just fucking saved you, bitch. If they don't know that kind of vibe, then it's just gonna be like you're flopping around, just fucking. It just feels numb. I don't know. It does feel like that. It's like taking a shower with a fucking raincoat on. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't feel. It just feels like, what am I don't know. You know what I mean? It just feels so fucking weird. It feels so fucking weird. So, yeah. I think they could make it more interesting, but I also really, really believe that still just they need to ease up the game. It should be like this, bro. It's what I was saying before. It's like, I don't know, 16, 30, end game. Right? And then and if you want to go beyond that, it's like really hard, right? I feel like it's just a little too steep to get there. If you want to get to the point, you know what I'm saying? It should be a little bit easier. To get to the current end game, I don't think it should be as now. Granted, like even for us, it's fucking hard, bro. You know, and we're getting like a road to Thaemon before they give it to us early. So I'm over there. It's gonna be fucking smojis, bro. We even think it's too hard. They got to make it a little bit easier. Something's got to give, right? Like something on their end, I think has to give, right? It's got to be, hey, we make it easier to swap your character, make it easier to raise characters. Boring after you finish. I mean, I don't know, man. I know what you're trying to say. You're saying that once you get the item level, it's boring, but it's not like it's an infinite grind either. You know, it's not like you can infinitely grind to even get there. So what's arguably more boring? You working your way there, but having to wait, like being time gated by time, and so you're just waiting weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to finally get there, or being able to at least get there, and then if you want to go beyond that, it's more difficult. Because I feel like at least being able to be part of the present content is a bit better, and then also it solves a lot of the actual issues. For me, it's good, those helpers. We don't have all the same time to allocate this game. How much would you pay for a class change ticket? I don't know. I never really thought about that. I just think it's sad I can't gear up new classes to look cool or drop my existing characters without feeling like I wasted. Yeah, of course, man. That's the problem. That's the problem, right? The problem is that you can't feel. You should be able to experience different parts of the game. Yeah. Like I said, something's got to give, man. And I'm right on this one, and it's going to happen if they don't reset the tier, right? If they're not willing to reset the tier, they're going to have to do something eventually. It will come back to blow them up. It's already happening. People are getting more and more unhappy with the balance patches, right? So if they have to come out and apologize and address, they're going to have to do something to make it easier for people to get into it with a new character. Or, yeah, that's the solution. If they're not trying to give you a class change ticket. You got to make it a little bit easier. Something, right, to help out if you want to transfer over. You can't add in and multiple progression systems too, right? Let's keep going.
So Awakening Shard, what's going on is that, you know that whenever you use the Awakening, you have to use something called Awakening Shard, right? This will be removed. Yeah, it's gonna be removed. It's gonna go live tomorrow on KR server right away, by the way. So for everyone, it's free for all. You do not have to, use anything for using Awakening Shard. Number 4 is the new hair. So they introduced a new hair, which is gonna come soon in KR. Hope that it comes out for the West as well. So 2 for the male. This one, like,
wow, hairs that actually doesn't look like fucking Zeals' hair on a warrior. I swear they've released Zeals' haircut 7 different times. I'm not kidding though. They've all been like the hair that goes like right across the straight. This actually looks pretty good. I'll wear this one.
Like one for the Shoeshire, the warriors. It looks like this.
That's rude. No, that's a style.
This one is Hunter.
It's obviously a style. Shots fired. Okay, drama frogs in the chat. That's not fucking shots. It's literally his hair. What do you want me to say? You don't think that looks like his fucking hair? This one looks like Savix's hair. Yeah, it does look like Savix's hair. This is like old Savix hair though. Now he's got some like fucking crazy ass long hair. Like Savix's old hair used to look like this.
And for the female, this is for the the other females except for the specialist. And lastly, the Ayaya specialist.
Man, honestly though, I gotta be real. All of the skins and like everything on this class looks the best. I don't know why. It's like the character mod, all of the like things on it always look the best. I don't know why. You know what made me what did make me want to try one though is the new fan skin the new umbrella skin looks really cool.
Yeah, so these new hairstyle is coming out soon. Okay, so that's the 4th one, and 5th one is the anniversary skin preview. So this one I think is better to show a video.
Yeah, is Memo playing the entire video? He just plays the entire video? Warrior and Lutera, soldiers, or NPCs. I don't really like the helmet. I mean, I get what they're going. I don't like that it's like fucking just straight like tin head, you know?
Anyways, guys, thank you so much all for watching. Stay GigaChed and
spam.
Stay noted.
What did you say? Spam?
Anyways, guys, thank you so much all for watching. Stay GigaChed and stay noted.
Oh, he put both. Thank you, Memorizer, man. We don't want to use Mokogos in the future in a war situation like this. Does not fit well. Some Mokogo Express and full tractor Mokogo skin. The community votes for it, bro. That's what they pick.